There we are. We're live, man. What's up, everybody? How you doing, man? This is Friday Share a Beer for the big 20th of January, which is Inauguration Day. Yay! We get a new president today. I don't care how you feel about it. I really don't personally care. I just we do get a new president today, so you might as well be happy because you're gonna get it anyway. You know what I'm saying? In our case, we celebrate anyway by having a beer. So you know what I'm saying. So it's let me change my lighting here a little bit. Um, if that did change, wow, it went dark on us all of a sudden. Let me see. There. Nah, that's not.
Zach is back.
Zach is back. What's up, brother? But let's see here. Let me go to my chat here. Let me see if I pull up my chat. It should be here. There it is. Yep, there we are. Okay. I don't want to leave no one out on the chat. But yeah, so we do that. And then today I am having a new beer. Picked up a 6-pack. It was like $8 for the 6. Those of you that are on Untapped might have seen me have this last night. It's the Diesel Punk Honey Amber. A lager with honey added is what it says on the can. 4.2%. You know, to me, it's another one of those kind of contract Rochester, New York contract beers. There's not a whole lot on the can at all. And that's kind of your first kind of clue. There's never really a lot of information on those beers on the can, other than brewed by World Brews Rochester, New York. And they do actually have their website on the can. And then when you look up the website, it actually does exist, which is shocking. But me and Sadiq were talking in the pre-show. How you doing, Sadiq, by the way?
Good. How are you?
All right, man. And we were talking in the pre-show, and he was asking me about my beer haul from well, a couple weeks ago now, and asking me if I got certain beers at. I got all those beers at Total Wine, and I didn't have to go. I generally go. The Total Wine's over here open at 9:30, and I'll generally show up about, I don't know, 10ish. You know. Something around there, 10ish, 10:30, you know, because that Total Wine that I go to is right by well, it's not far away from a Costco. So I kind of pass the Costco to go to the Total Wine, and then on my way back, I might hit the Costco. You know what I'm saying? So, or lately it's been the Guitar Center to try to pick up parts for or get little advice for running this microphone setup, which I'm still not using. So I have to get time to really jack with it. You saw me on the Tuesday show try to use it, and it
was in your face.
It's in my face, yeah, which you expect, right? But and of course I watch a lot of sports talk shows, and their microphones are in their face as well. So I guess it's just a matter of maybe I do.
Takes some getting used to it.
Yeah, it's just gonna take getting used to, because I have been watching them, and their mics are in their face as well, and they're still, you know, some of them use their arms a lot too. So it's just a matter of getting used to that, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to this, you know what I'm saying, and it's not intrusive at all. You know what I'm saying? And so it's what do you do? You know, I have looked at the lapel microphones. They're actually about the same price as all these other microphones, so that's another thing too. But what are you drinking, brother?
I'm having one for my cellar. It's the Founders Sumatra Mountain.
Founders Sumatra Mountain.
It's an imperial brown ale with Sumatra coffee. You would love that one if you've never had it before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I never had it before. Oh, we've got audio for Zach. Okay, good.
Yeah, my camera's all jacked up.
Hey, no problem, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, my face is all jacked up, so it's
Yeah, so is mine. So maybe this is a blessing.
yeah, it's actually a blessing when all that comes up is just the you know, the little blue guy. You
Yeah,
know?
that blue guy looks better than me.
Yeah, tell us about what you're getting, Sadiq.
Oh well, still huge coffee notes after this was bottled on May 16th.
Okay.
So I'm still tasting the coffee. It's unfiltered, a lot of sediment, and it's maltier than I remembered it. I guess after almost a year, that's to be expected. It's pretty. It's 9%.
9%. Okay.
So, but the coffee, it's still there, which I'm really enjoying.
The let's see here. Google's playing little tricks on me here today. Come on, man. Here we go. There we go. We're getting with it here. They seem to the options for sharing the screen keep changing. So right now I had like 4 clicks to get to this. Normally it's just 1 or 2. But on Untapped we've got 60,000 total ratings, man. Look at that. 714 in the last 30 days. 4.13. So great score for that one, man. What do they say here? They say the addition of rich Sumatra coffee elevates this bold brown ale to what is that, decadent level. So yeah, Sumatran coffee is really good, and depending on how it's roasted, it could be very bold. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait for this year's release.
We got the roadblock here, but we got in pretty quickly. 9%, 40 IBUs.
To wait until May for that.
Yeah, you have to wait till this May, and then maybe you could drink it next January, man.
Well, yeah, I still have like a couple of bottles left.
Okay. Well, then that'll be nice to kind of compare when it comes out in May. Compare it to being fresher and everything. See how it holds up.
And I'm also happy they're releasing this year. I mean, I thought it was a one-off, and I'm maybe mistaken, but last year was the first time they ever released it. So I didn't know it was going to show up on this year's calendar, and thank God it's there, because it's one of my founders' favorites. Along with the Imperial Stout.
Is Founders the type to release a schedule?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should be there.
And Founders is out of Michigan, right? Grand Rapids here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what they're showing here on their website. And then you got that and that. And then 287 reviews on here on Beer Advocate. Gets a 95 on Beer Advocate. And they're showing out of.
Yeah, you would love it. I mean, you're a big fan of brown ales, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love browns. Yeah, absolutely.
If you like coffee,
Yeah.
coffee beer, so there you go. That's the winning
coffee. And then generally too, when you get a beer, a brown ale or a stout, especially browns and stouts, I guess sometimes it's true for porters as well. A porter will have a little bit more of a smokiness to it, but you generally get, when they have coffee in them, you get a little chocolatiness in there too.
Well, even some IPAs like Stone Mocha IPA. Have you ever tried it?
A Stone Mocha.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It was an interesting one, and they just released the new Enjoy By. It's a chocolate coffee kind of variation of the Enjoy By. A kind of disappointment. And if Earth was with us, he would tell you the same thing, according to his Untapped review. It's it didn't it didn't do it.
Okay. Let's see the I don't know is this the Broaded? But he put in there in the chat, get a microphone with a flexible arm. I was thinking about that with the vice grip at the end, and then you can hang the mic out of camera view. That might be. I even thought too, like, because I do have my boom arm right here with the light hanging over. and I did think about possibly hanging the mic over like they do on a TV set sort of thing.
Or you could hire a boom guy. Go like that, you know.
Yeah, just hire a guy to just stand there and just kind of hold the mic. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's always a possibility, right? Except, I would, if I wouldn't want it to be a boom guy, it might as well be a boom chick. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pro women's rights, man. You know what I'm saying?
Pick one of the the ones from the pictures behind you.
Yeah, there's in that way you have something to look at too. You're like, hey, baby, how you doing? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's always a possibility. You never know, man. I mean, I just thought about it too. Shoot, I just thought about it there. Oh no, that's a different day. Okay, I was like, that actually might happen because I think I scheduled the shoot for. No, but it's a different day. Okay. Yeah, I just remembered right now. I was like, wait a minute. I just scheduled, but no, that's yeah.
Where do you do your shoots? Is it some different? It depends on the location, or you don't do that at home, right?
No, I shoot at home. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You should do a special one, like a shoot with beer and vodka.
Actually, sometimes I do drink a beer. A lot of times I'm actually drinking coffee though. Because a lot of times I'm actually drinking coffee, but sometimes I'll have a beer, but not too often though, because there's a lot of running around and a lot of up and down, and that's why I'm sore right now. Is from some of you on Instagram might have saw that I was at that auction last night, and thanks to our friend Pat, he's a friend of the show too, and Pat shoots all those high dollar $1 million cars, and that's actually probably where he's at now, and he got me a press pass, and I got to go back there and shoot those fancy cars. Man, that was so cool. Sitting in there with a bunch of very rich people bidding on cars for amounts that I'll never earn in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty cool, man.
It was like vintage cars, or
some are vintage and some aren't. Some are still pretty new. They're just pretty rare. Some cars went for what you would think are reasonable when you're in that kind of price point. Like I think some of them went for as low as 70,000, 75,000. And some of them are pretty old too, and they still go for under 100,000. But then others were a couple million. Today specifically, when I was looking at they have like a book, and and everyone can go through and see what cars are going to be up for auction on what day, of course. And today it is the big dollar cars. So we'll see. I'm kind of a little pooped when you shoot an event. It's pretty exhausting, and I really don't know how he does it for 12-15 hours a day. That's crazy, but he does, man. My hat's off to him. It's what he does for a living, though. So pretty cool, man. It was cool. There's a really nice white Bugatti over there for I think they expect to get 2.2 for that one. A 66 Ferrari they also expect to get over 2 million for. None of the super high dollar stuff that he's shot before. He's shot cars that are worth north of 20 million. You know what I'm saying? North of 15 million. It's just crazy. It's so cool. You know what I'm saying? And to see these cats just, and then once they go up to cars like that, they start out with increments of like 5,000. So if they get, for instance, 75,000, the next bid they're going to want to get is 80, right? So they go in increments of 5. But once they get up into the millions, they go up in increments of 25. And you'll hear the auctioneer just wrapping stuff off like, "Oh, sir," like, and he kind of gets personal with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, "Sir, come on, come on, what's another 25,000? He tells him, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, what's another 25 grand? For me, that's another car. That's what that is.
That's a whole car.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what that is. It's a whole other car. So yeah, but for them it's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna let that 25 grand stop me from getting this car. So yeah, it's a different world, man. It's pretty cool. But yeah, that I mean, so that's the reason I'm gonna be drinking this beer now, because I wanted just kind of a sessional beer. I didn't really want nothing too crazy, and that's exactly.
We get this brand, here. It's usually, you see it at like Kroger's.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same, they always the same label with different colors. Green. I'm not sure if it's in yours. That's how you flag them. It's like the first time it's like, okay, that looked kind of cyber kind of robots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Then I didn't,
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And you guys might have seen. Let me see. This is my Untapped here. Let me go back a little bit though. Yeah, here's the Diesel Punk Honey Amber Winery Exchange World Brews. No city listed, absolutely, whatsoever.
Mystery, man.
Yeah, everything's a mystery with these beers, right? But we pretty much know they're a big brew, and similar beers are these other beers. I've had some from the tap room, and that's another one of those very similar breweries there. 4.5%, a Pilsner style lager. They list it as an amber, but it's a Pilsner style lager, right? I mean, it's just Manitoba white clover honey leads to a smooth flavor, while balanced hops dry out the honey's sweet flavor and keep a crisp, dry finish. It does that. I mean, I just poured it. The head's already gone. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it does that. They do actually have a website, which is a little shocking. Pretty basic, but still, cool. You can see all the beers that the Diesel Punk offers. A double IPA. I didn't even go there. I was at first. I looked at it at least, but I didn't even go there. I was like, that's not a double IPA. Swear to God. In the Pilsner, I just wasn't gonna go there. The stout, I was actually tempted. It was between the honey amber and the stout, but.
How big is the stout? Like 6%?
Yeah. How big is the stout? Well, 5.8.
That's close.
Yeah, 5.8. So,
with all the stuff out there right now, I mean, it's stout season, so I wouldn't bother with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my problem is that I've had some really, 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 really good stouts, and so I didn't want to jack it up with their stout. You know what I'm saying? Because I just knew it wasn't going to be. But sometimes these breweries actually do make a decent version of a certain style of beer, a decent one, not like something that's it. And this ain't.
I could go with it like an average IPA, but I can't go with an average style of a porter. That just I can't finish it. It just doesn't do it for me. The IPA I can go through, but it's just me, I guess.
Yeah, Broadhead had said, yeah, that's 3 cars for what I drive. Yeah, 25 grand would be 3 cars. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I tell you, man, and of course, it's the type of thing where, you have to be either press or someone that can damn sure afford to either sell your car there or bid on a car there. And it's a world auction. So one of its stops is right here in Scottsdale, Arizona. So I think it starts here actually. And then from here, it goes, to different parts around the globe, RM auctions. And I didn't get to meet the owner, but I seen the owner. You know what I'm saying? there's the owner over there type situation. You know what I'm saying, of the auction. So that was pretty cool.
Owner of the car.
No, of the whole auction.
The whole.
Yeah.
I wonder what cut they get from from all the stuff. That,
it's a pretty good cut. It really is. I forget the exact percentage, and then I think in a lot of cases they negotiate that. But it's a damn good slice of the pie. I want to say 10 or 13%.
Yeah, it's like an agent, an agent usually.
Yeah, they're not doing it for free. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and the chance to get to go in such a exclusive little room and watch all this happen is pretty fun too. So, well, it wasn't a little room; it's a conference room at a hotel, a big one, but.
It looks like Neri is looking for the chat link.
Actually, that's I think that's that liqueur he was drinking. Chahata, or what was it again? Oh man, I forgot. How did I forget? That was such a cool word, man. It was Chahata or something. Oh man, how did I forget? Oh my gosh.
He just jump in, so he could tell us.
Oh, Kasasha! That's what it was! Kasasha! Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that was a cool name, man. That's what it was. That's what he's trying to do. Yeah, Neri knows. He knows how to jump in by now, but I can't put the link in there.
He's looking for it. He's looking for the link.
I'll put the link in there. It's easy enough to do. I'll just put it right in the chat. That makes it way easy for most people, I think. There it goes. No charge. But yeah, this is a very yeah. Did they swear him in already? Is it official? Is Trump the actual president now? I don't know what time that was happening. There he is. Yeah. There's Neri. Cheers, brother.
Cachaça.
Sasha, that's right, man.
That's it.
Oh, you're still drinking it?
The last bottle.
Oh, absolutely, man. Oh, it's the last one. Yeah. So what do you think, man? Now that you're down to the last bottle, man, what was it like?
It's really it's really a summer beer.
Okay. All right.
Well, it tastes nice. It's like a little bit fruity for a very hot summer day. It's perfect. But for now, it's here. It's freezing now here in Holland.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's it?
We have -6 Celsius.
Wow.
What I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. So.
It's like what, -3 or something like that. No, never mind. It's 25 or 26.
21.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Neri, so look at me. It's like 21 here. In Atlanta.
It's better.
It's like I can go to the beach right now. If we had one.
Okay.
Oh man.
I'll give you an example, Neri. Right now it's 54 here in Fahrenheit, right? And let me switch to Celsius here. Let me see.
12 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, 12 degrees Celsius here, man.
12. Okay.
Yeah.
12 is good.
Yeah. See, 12 in here that's freezing. Okay. So just to let you know, for Phoenix, that is freezing. That's like are you out of your mind wearing shorts and flip flops? What are you, crazy?
Oh man. It's even getting colder and colder here. I think will be -7 tonight, -7 Celsius.
Yeah, I know you guys in Europe. I mean, I have friends, family in Europe. Yeah, I mean, they have been suffering for this week, man. Compared to here, literally, we have had 70 degrees pretty much all week long here. 70 being, for nearest 21 degrees, Celsius all week long. It's ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah,
Joe,
that-
what's it with the when you hey, what are you doing here?
hey, what you doing? What you doing?
Is the link that gives me access to the Hangout to this chat?
Uh-huh.
Does everybody need a link to get into the chat, or is there another way to log on? Or
It's pretty much a link, yeah.
yeah, but are you in in Joe's Google Plus circle? If you go to his Google Plus page, every time you'll see you'll have the link right there for each each session.
Yeah. There's
Oh,
either that
okay.
or if you know what, if I remember, and I have to remember type thing, for this show, I don't like to invite anybody because some people it'll like ring their phone and some people are at work. I think Zach's at work right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So for
supposed to
some,
be out of here, but shit happens.
yeah, stuff happens exactly. So I realize this is business hours for some people, so I don't like to send out invites because you might be in a meeting or just in a place where it's inappropriate to get a phone call or a ring on your phone or something like that. And so I don't like to send out invites. But in your case, if I remember, I'll send an invite. And then that's kind of the same thing. It'll let you jump in right away as well.
Okay.
But yeah, because you're overseas, I will do that for you. And that's the intention of this show with the early morning hour or the morning hour that I'm doing it here is to, give people like yourself a chance to have it at a decent hour over there. You know what I'm saying? So in Australia is just, I am sorry. It's just not going to happen, man. I think I would have to have it. I figured it where for them, it's, this was, and don't, I picture a clock, an analog clock in my head, and they're like 6 hours behind, but actually the 18 hours ahead, right? So in order for them to be at like 6 in the evening, right? Yeah, I would have to do it at midnight. You know what I'm saying? For them in which is madness. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that
Too
could.
much. Too
In
much.
Australia right now is like 4:30 a.m. there.
Yeah. So if for my time, I researched it. Trust me, I took a few hours to kind of how can I figure this out? And the easiest way was for me, it's midnight, but for them, it's 6 in the afternoon, right? And I'm starting that day because it's midnight. So if right now it's Friday, but for them it's 6 in the afternoon Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So for me, it's literally, if you're doing it on a 24-hour clock, it's 00:00 Friday. So it would be very, very difficult. Or I'd have to do it at like 1 in the morning my time to have it for them at 7 in the afternoon, or the evening, right? Early evening. So
Don't you usually wake by 1 in the morning, because of work?
well, yeah, then I'm working. I'm actually physically driving, so yeah, that would be challenging. I would have to do it at it would it's just not going to happen. It's
You you need to take the show on, man.
take it what
The show on the road.
yeah, show on the road. Yeah, that would be the only way to really do it, is to do it during the week when I'm already working. And then actually it would be kind of cool because then I would be attracting a lot of probably fellow truck drivers actually that are in Australia and oh my God, what's that country right next to it?
New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah. Which would be kind of interesting because there was a time when I don't know if they still do it, but when I first got into trucking, which is in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, I started driving in 94. It was sometime around 96, 97 when I looked into a lot of American companies were swapping truck drivers, right? Kind of like students and that sort of thing. And there was such a need for truck drivers over there as there was in America and still is. They were swapping. And I looked into that. I was really thought about going over to Australia and driving those road trains. And I was talking to a lady from over there. It got that kind of serious. I was talking to a lady from over there, and the only problem was I was married. And I'd have to drag that thing with me. So it was like I didn't have room for the ball and chain, man. You know what I'm saying?
Question: Did you drive on the wrong side of the road in Australia?
They do, absolutely, they do.
Would that be? Do you think it would have been a challenge for you?
Yeah, a challenge, but that's just a challenge. You know what I'm saying? That's I love a challenge, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't let a challenge stop me from, but what did stop me was the ball and chain, man. You know, so what do you do, Neri, right?
There is like no comment, man.
You just stay put. That's what you do. Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah,
I have to.
you just stay put. That's what you do.
It's
You
like,
still see me here in America. I'm still in America.
There is like, hey, I'm gonna go home and put my hat on, and that's it.
For me, it would be a financial disaster to leave her. So
Yeah.
I'm staying here.
Yeah, there was like I say, there was that small point in time when I considered it, at least. You know what I'm saying? It was like I thought it would have been fun. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you never know, man. Everything turns out for a reason, right? Everything happens for a reason. So no charge. But yeah, it was great. But that actually would probably turn into that kind of show. Probably would attract more truck drivers than actual beer crowd. Which is fine. I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Probably be, me driving and then other guys driving and we're all talking and chatting at the same time, which is actually perfectly fine. I actually could do this very easily at work. And a lot of people can't, like Zach right now. You know what I'm saying? He can listen, but to have a conversation like this is pretty difficult for most people. So, when I'm at work, talking is actually the one thing you can do when you're driving, right? So,
and drinking too.
And yeah, well, yeah, what you drink is very key, though, right? What?
I see you like driving, with your mug, then like toasting another trucker on, through the window. It's like, hey, here's to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's what you're drinking is very key at that point. I actually drink a lot of hot tea when I drive. I drink different teas. Recently I've had a ginger tea that's been pretty good, a ginger spiced tea, ginger lemon tea. I drink different teas, believe it or not, because I was told I was drinking way too much coffee. So I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So I'm one of those
Tea's
cats.
good.
Huh? Yeah, tea's good. You know what I'm saying? I've been drinking tea now for probably 6 or 8 months. It's when I'm home, I drink nothing but coffee. When I drink tea when I'm driving, to kind of break it up. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm home, I definitely the coffee. Oof, I could drink pots of coffee, pots.
Yeah, is it kind of like a caffeine-free tea or just regular tea?
It actually is not, right? So what's the difference, right? Because the tea has just as much or more caffeine in it.
Yeah,
Right?
that's the thing. So you
Yeah,
know,
exactly, right? But if I tell the doctor I'm drinking tea, he's perfectly fine with it. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because hearing that I drink 4 pots a day just of coffee doesn't thrill him at all. So if I tell him, well, I actually drink tea now, then he's okay, that's good. Okay, we're good. And for those of you that don't know, going to the doctor, I have to get the doctor's okay and a certification, which I have to carry with me at all times, just like my driver's license in America. Having a clean bill of health from a government-approved doctor is required in the U.S. So that is also, I have to have a 2-year certification, and then my actual commercial driver's license is good for 4 years. But if I don't have that 2-year certification from the doctor, which is the company's doctor, but it's actually a government doctor because he has to have a federal government certification. So it's a mix, right? It's not like going to your doctor. Trust me, when I go see this doctor, it's a battle. You're battling, right? It's not like going to your doctor and you're like, oh yeah, you know what, doc, I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that. And trust me, you're hiding crap and he's trying to find crap. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant battle. So
does he go like really deep?
I mean, deep enough. You know, they're not sticking fingers in your butt, but I mean, it's not that kind of physical.
Dude,
But
on a scale of 1 to 10, how uncomfortable is it?
I mean, I mean, they still got your junk in their hand. I'll give you that. So how does, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's not a male hand; it's a female hand that's got your junk in their hand. So it's it's whatever doctor you get, and it's never comfortable. I tell you,
How could you fail the test?
Failed?
Yeah, how could one fail the test? Well, of course, besides the fact that if you don't pass the drug test and stuff like that, there's just what could make one fail the test?
Oh, there's a lot of reasons, man, and what sucks is that there is truckers that tune into this, and man, that is whoo. You might as well be talking about Trump and Obama right now. Let me tell you, that is a firecracker of a subject, talking about DOT doctors. Let me tell you, in the trucking world, that is and the reasons for being disqualified are very, very, very polarizing, right? I mean, that's a big subject. I'll tell you right now, though, anything, high blood pressure is a big one.
Like cholesterol,
diabetes, all those sort of things, yeah, are things that can get you disqualified. Yeah, those are all those numbers that when you go to your doctor and your doctor tells you, oh, you should be within this range, all those, the federal government. Now, see, this is the part of when I hear other Americans right now complaining about Trump and complaining about the police and complaining about the government's too much in their business, I'm like, drive a truck. Have to get a DOT certification for anything and then find out how much the government's in your business. Become someone that has to drive trains for a living, become someone that has to drive planes for a living, become someone that has to drive trucks for a living. And then you'll find out how much the federal government's actually in your business. It's, I just don't find any reason to complain. I'm like, so what? They want you to have medical coverage. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, next to the stuff that we have to go through as people that have to be DOT certified is insane. You know what I'm saying? It's that strict. You have to keep your blood pressure within a certain range, so you have to maintain a certain amount of health, right? But for some people, that's unachievable, right? They have a family history of this or for that. If you don't sleep well, you're going to have a machine in your damn bedroom, right? So now that affects your personal relationship with your spouse, right? And it's a constant battle. I've gone through it personally, where the government doctor says, you know, you need to go for a sleep study, and if you go for a sleep study, I promise you, they're gonna make you have sleep apnea because they figure you're there for a reason, and that's the way that whole thing is set up. Ooh, trust me, it's a huge subject. It's one that chaps my ass because I personally fought that for 3 years. And I don't have sleep apnea, you know, because I fought it. My personal doctor got involved. They don't want to take that opinion, of course, even though he's a DOT certified doctor. He's not the one that the company approves of, and it's a whole mess, man. You know, thankfully my doctor was willing at the time. I don't have that doctor anymore now that I moved out of New Mexico. This was something that I fought when I was still there. And the thing of it is when you come to work and you don't have that certification yet, you get disqualified from your job. So now you're not making money. It's
You have to do that every other year?
Every other year, my friend. Yep. So it's a constant battle. When you hit a certain age, there's different requirements. Because you're a man, there's certain requirements. Women don't have as strict requirements. It sucks, man.
That's sexist.
Yeah, but they back it up with science, is what they say. So there's obvious differences. As much as you want to say, oh, equal for this and that, there's not. There's physical differences between men and women. And that's the way it is. And you know what I'm saying? And the ones that transform take pills to make themselves without those differences, and you still have them. You know what I'm saying? So it's a battle, man. It's a battle. It's a whoo. I'm telling you, it's a huge subject, man. All you got to do
Next exam.
My next one, I just got certified in November, so my next one's not till the you know, if you're fat. Oh, dear God. You go in there and you're fat. Oh, it ain't like getting a lecture from your doctor. They can physically hammer you, man. They can put your career in jeopardy.
The body fat percentage, you know.
Yeah, they could put your career in jeopardy. So it sucks, you know. And the minute you hit 50, you're effed in the butt. I'll tell you right now. You're screwed. I'm not quite 50 yet, so it's the clock is ticking though. You know what I'm saying? It's it's
over, man. It's over.
It's tough, man. It really is. It's very difficult. It's the part of it's a huge part of truck driving, and for all these other trucking videos that are out there on YouTube and Facebook, it's not talked about enough on there. But amongst truckers, it's definitely talked about. And it's not just us. The guys that drive your plane that you like to get on every day, they have the same arguments, and their restrictions are even a little tighter. So it sucks, man.
You know, you gotta see, you know, both sides, right? Same time, you know, it's for your security, especially of others, especially if you're a pilot.
Well, I tell you what sucks in our case over the people that drive planes and over the people that drive trains. With us, we do the same thing as you. So why should you restrict us and you don't have the same qualification? My argument has always been, and I've stood nose to nose. If you think I'm kidding, trust me. I have stood nose to nose arguing with the state trooper's bill in my face like this, physically arguing with him like this. Why should you restrict me when you don't do it for every other car out there? You know why? Because you can't. You couldn't get that past the public. The public would not have it. You know what I'm saying? They would not have. Ooh, trust me. Ooh, I can get so mad over it. It's ridiculous that how many cars wreck and kill each other before one truck ever does. Give me a break, man. It is ridiculous. Their argument, this is the whole argument. Oh, when a truck wrecks, it has the possibility of killing a lot of people. So one person dying doesn't matter? How many cars wreck and kill one person at a time before one truck ever wrecks and kill most of the time just the driver? Because there's no safety standards for big trucks. So when we wreck, more than likely you as the driver will be the only one that dies. But they don't report that. They just say someone died in a big truck, in a semi-truck wreck, right? And most of the time it's the driver, because there's no safety standards for us. I drive a truck that's brand new, doesn't even have an airbag every night. How long have airbags been in cars?
Yeah.
You can wear that seatbelt all day long in that damn big truck. It's just for pretty. It ain't for your, I mean, it's for pretty, man. I'm telling you, woo, it's a big polarizing issue, man. It's a bigger issue than you realize. I could talk about this. Woo, this could be. And trust me, if other truck drivers know that this is going on, they're gonna get in here and you're gonna be like, damn. And it's a trip, because in Europe, the drivers over there don't quite have some of the restrictions that we have in America. They don't get weighed like we do in America at every state line, or at every state line you're going to get scaled. They don't necessarily have that in Europe. They have easier the restrictions are different, and I wish we had. Our roads would be safer in America if we had the European style of braking, but we don't, because we're worried about a particular chemical that would come, or a particular substance that would come from the braking that's allowed in Europe, but it's safer. So what do you want? What do you want? Do you want a few trucks out there, or it's millions of trucks? But I mean, do you want a safer braking system for big trucks, or don't you? Like, I mean, it's the Europeans theirs is safer, a little bit less environmentally friendly, but there's ways to handle that. It's what do you want? You know what I'm saying? So man, woof.
Slow down.
I could go down the list, man. I've been doing this over 20 years. Trust me.
Breather, man. Take a breather.
There's a lot to gripe about.
Drink some beer.
At the same time, there's a lot to be very thankful for. And like I say, I'm very thankful that I've never been out of work, even when I've been in situations where you're forced out of work or whatever the case may be. I've been able to find a job just like that, because I have a clean driving record, and I have millions of miles drove without an accident and all this stuff. So I'm very able to. It is one of those industries where you don't necessarily submit resumes, and I don't have to go through. What do you want? You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different process when I look for a job, because it's like, dude, F you in the butt. Really? I'm not talking to you for what? You either want me or you don't. It's that kind of, there's such a demand for me that, like, you either take me or I move on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not wasting my time with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's that type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's definitely a different sort of deal. There's certain.
But like you said, I mean, what's the state of the industry? I mean, has it always been kind of always the same, steady level of demand? Because, we will always need truckers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you talk about any other industries, it's either sometimes it peaks, then it crashes, and that's it. Pretty much it. Everybody's gone. Then it picks up again, or maybe not, or flat lines. But maybe you have been lucky, because there's been always demand, for that kind of jobs,
Right. What right now, the demand is, my whole career has always been high. They've always had a shortage of truck drivers, and that's everywhere. And now with the internet age, it's gotten worse, because we all expect stuff delivered. The reason why I moved from New Mexico to Arizona was to provide overnight service that the company didn't have down here. And so now they're offering overnight and 2-day service, just like you do with one single package with FedEx, right, or UPS, and you expect that overnight. Companies expect that same thing.
Yeah.
with truckloads of freight, right? So we provide, if a company needs 24 pallets of whatever or a truckload or whatever overnight, that's what I'm doing every night. That's what I provide a regular lane for that to happen. So we can have, if you're in California, in LA, for instance, this is exactly what I'm, me personally help provide for my company is a 2-day service or a 30 some hour service from LA to Dallas. So you think about how far that is, and we can guarantee that there. So if you're shipping it on a Monday, it'll be in Dallas Wednesday, which is phenomenal. And we can offer that consistently, and that's what the company offers. So it's and we can do that consistently. That's the.
So watch out for those drones, man. In a few years, they'll be delivering.
Nah, there's no threat. They can't. There's absolutely no threat. The train can't threaten us. The rail can offers a service too. They offer 30 hours from the LA area to Chicago, which is insane. A whole trainload of freight there. At the same time, it gets there, but it still relies on trucks to get it from the train to the company, and from the company to the train on both ends. So that still takes time. In that time,
just building infrastructure for trains and stuff, that's costly.
Right. So there's restrictions on that as well. So we can we offer a steady lane. It's there 5 days a week, a steady lane, and it's only restricted by the government standards, which restrict me to 60 hours. So it pretty much, but that's the way most companies operate anyway, on a Monday through Friday schedule. So and the company works around those restrictions by, I'm Monday through Friday night, and what they'll do is they'll have some of us Monday through Friday and some of us maybe on a Wednesday through schedule. So their weekends will be Monday and Tuesday. So that way there's always people keeping that lane going steady, and it runs on a clock, man. It's if there's no freight, I still run empty to keep that lane open, So it's a trip, man. It's pretty cool. And I ran for the Postal Service for a little while, the American Postal Service, and it runs the same way. It's as much as people bang on snail mail and all that stuff, and it runs insanely efficiently. It's pretty cool. I know that part firsthand because I hauled the mail for a little while, so it's pretty cool. Oh, look at that! We got another one in there. What's up, Neri?
That's our daughter. MA.
And NA, you said?
MA.
MA. Okay, MA. All right.
MA.
Well, hi, MA. How you doing?
Good. Her English is. She don't speak English, unfortunately.
Okay.
But she's doing fine. It's here. It is 7 o'clock. It's now.
Okay.
Early evening. So I have to bring my son to the school. He has his disco night once a year. They have a disco evening.
Sure, a dance class or something. Yeah.
Something like that.
Is it at school? At school? His school?
In school, yes. In the how do you say it? In the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
They turn the gym to a discotheque. So
yeah. That's the same thing they've done over here for years too at the school, man. At the school gym, that's where a lot of people get their first kiss and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
So,
oh man.
Sorry, brother. I didn't mean to. You know what I'm saying, but that is what's up.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
Are you talking about prom here? But that's more like mid-year prom, man. I mean, it was so. I mean,
No, we used to have just regular dances and stuff at my school. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
same here. They have dances once a year. There's a special one for the kids from 1 to 5, and from 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and so on.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I could see that. They do. It seems like they do. Just from judging, as nowadays, it seems like they have more functions like that at schools now than they did when I was even growing up. We had I think 3 select special days where there were these big dances and stuff, or disco nights, as you would call them. You know what I'm saying? But now it seems like I see functions like that happening at schools all the time, is what it seems like to me. Maybe it's not all the time, but it seems like they have them quite a bit,
It is, yes. It's the same here. So so now I have to get the youngest one, and then bring the other one. So I'm driving up and
Bring the other one for a trade.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, over here we would call you a soccer mom. Like you're going back and forth. And nowadays you have soccer dads. You know what I'm saying? They're just transporting the kids from event to event. And
he doesn't apply to Neri. Didn't he say that he doesn't like soccer?
No, he doesn't like soccer.
Oh man, that's no.
Yeah, but
come on, you don't like Ajax, Ajax, Amsterdam, PSV, and Eindhoven. No, none of these teams.
Yeah, if it's a big match between let's say Ajax, PSV, or international match, I will watch it. But most of the time, I don't get around to it. So
not even the English league,
No, sometimes, but it's. I'm always with the kids and handling things and
Yeah, absolutely. We know how that is, man. That's the way. That's life, right? No matter what country you're in, you're shuttling your kids back and forth until they get to an age where you're like, get out of here, drive yourself over there. I'm not taking you anymore.
It's a phase. It's a phase, but the only problem is this phase is going on for 5, 6, 7 years. So, but it's nice. It's nice because I'm getting the youngest one from school to here, bringing the other one, and as long as they have fun, it's okay by me.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, man. Yeah, that's parenting, man. That's parenting. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, we were talking about the real football there.
Yeah, the real football's another argument, man. What are you kidding me?
I know. I just want to get you started, man. The fucking business.
There's no argument there, man. That's their football's way older than ours, so you know what I'm saying. There's no argument there. Hey, what are some of your interests there, Neri? Like, what if sports isn't necessarily your thing, are you your hobby type stuff? I mean, non-career type stuff. Are you into music? Are you a musician, or what kind of hobbies interest you?
I collect knives and swords.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I collect Japanese swords, katanas. Don't know if you know him.
Japanese swords?
Japanese. It's called a katana. It's how shall I say that?
I'm gonna look.
It's like the one that Tom Cruise, the Last Samurai, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I started by collecting some little knives. And when you have a knife maker, then you have to get
like these, right? Something like these.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, those. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So.
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
So just to give a reference, so we all know what we're talking about. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I started by collecting little knives, and then after a few years, I got a katana from someone. And I thought, okay, it's nice too, so I collect that. And a little bit of sports. And 5th of February, I'm running half a marathon here in the city.
Oh, wow.
So I'm training for that.
You mean half marathon in Australia? You mean Sydney, Australia?
No. Here, half a marathon in our city here.
He's in Holland. He's in Holland.
Yeah. No, I thought he said Sydney.
No, in his city.
Oh, they Sydney. No. Oh, wow, that's good, man. Like, dude, that would be awesome, though. You know, to go all the way to Australia I mean, some people do it. I mean, well, the elite they go like Hong Kong and stuff, and they run all these.
Yes.
Huge. But okay, so you have a local half marathon. Sweet.
Sadiq is a runner, so
I have one in March in my city too.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is my. Normally, I would run for, let's say, 1 hour normally. But a friend of mine told me, okay, let's do something. Let's put a how do you say it in English? Let's have a goal to.
Yep.
So we are doing that now, and but normally I run 3 times a week, 1 hour.
Okay, so is that your first official half marathon, or have you done half marathons before?
No, this is the first time, but normally I run once a year. It's 10 kilometers or something like that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
But I run regularly just to lose some weight and to keep my body a little bit in shape.
And I keep drinking those.
Yes.
Neri, we all have something in common then, because Sadiq runs, right? And you're about to run your first half marathon, and I have watched a lot of people run marathons, right? So we all have something in common. You know what I'm saying? I have drank a lot of beer watching a lot of people run marathons.
That's a good thing too.
Yeah.
For me, that sounds even better.
Yeah, right. So we all have something in common that I can relate to running because, hey, I go on beer runs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
That's better.
Yeah, I mean, you try. I mean, going on some of these beer runs is difficult. You got to pick a beer, and then you're like, oh man, and you got to carry it back. You know what I'm saying? It's right.
Oh man!
Saying? And then just watching people run those things, man, you're like, oh, whew,
too much.
Ran your ass off. Too much. That was hard watching that, man. Whoo! Damn, I pictured myself doing that same thing, and wow, I need a beer.
So Neely, what's your goal? What's your goal for the half marathon? Just finish?
Yes.
I hear you. Yeah. For the
just finishing, and afterwards we have this Irish pub in our town.
Cool.
So
that's a good plan, man.
Yeah. What's going on, Joe? I see you looking around.
Yeah. He's got a ghost.
Dude, there's like the craziest noise happening outside. I don't know what.
He saw a ghost.
Go check it out.
Like if I wasn't doing this show, I'd be outside investigating it. It's that loud. It's like, what in the hell is that? All that racket? Can you guys hear it?
Get your gun. Get your gun.
I don't have a gun.
Don't do it.
If I whip out my gun, Siri, I got to turn off the show. That's a whole different show, my friend. All of a sudden, it's not free. I gotta charge for that show, man. That's a whole different show.
That's different. That's different YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
That's the point too.
Yeah, that's it's the only gun I got, man. Yeah, and it's only got a bullet or two, so I got to make it count.
Dude, God, Neely is like, yeah, let me get the kids out of here. You know.
Yeah, I'm glad they don't know English. I'm just so glad they don't know English.
Oh man. Oh guys, I have to go, guys, because it's almost 7:15. So
absolutely, man. Hey, thank you for jumping in. I appreciate it, brother.
Nice seeing you, man.
okay, that was nice talking to you guys.
Absolutely, bro. We'll see
Next
you.
time. Bye bye.
All right, peace out, man.
Peace out, man. You.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's only one gun here, and yeah, you know, I used to own some shotguns, but I got rid of those years and years ago. You know, one of the things when I was married was my wife was kind of the nervous type. You know what I'm saying? And I work graveyard, right? So sometimes there's not a lot of work, so they'll say, hey, if you want to go home, you can go home. Okay, I didn't want to be that cat that walks in his house in the middle of the night, because that's when I work, and if I get off at work in the middle of my shift, I go home at 2, 3 in the morning. I didn't want to get shot. You know what I'm saying? Because my nervous wife was going to shoot my head because she thinks someone breaking in the house, right? So I just figured I was just better off without it. So I just had very strong, what do you call it? Pepper spray all over the house. And because I figured, well, if she gets nervous and sprays me with pepper spray, I'll be really pissed off, but I'll be alive to be pissed off, right? So
you'll be crying like a bitch.
Yeah, I'll be crying like a bitch, but I'd rather be crying than dead. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of looked at it as like, some self-preservation there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'd rather be mad and upset and crying because I got shot in the ass with pepper spray than, it's a lot different experience to getting shot in the ass with damn shotgun, so yeah, that was kind of, but I do love knives too. Like Neri said, the problem with it is that, unlike beer, beer costs you more. Kind of the more you get into it, you get curious about other beers and it costs you more, but you're only talking maybe $20, $30. You know what I'm saying? Knives, sweet God, they'll set you back a ton, right? Like,
especially you get into the antique stuff, oh God,
Yeah, it depends on how extreme you want to go with it, right? And it just, like any other weapons, they'll really set you back, So there's plenty of guys that I know that have they have an arsenal of weapons, and
and also, unless you're a hunter for knives, and unless you're into martial arts for swords, that's just for show. I mean, at least beer, you buy it, you drink it. It's in your system. You don't drink beer and just buy beer and just let it sit there forever. Although some of us,
yeah, some of us, speak for yourself. Because some of
I'm talking about some the beer out there.
Normal people, the normal beer guy.
Yeah, but you wouldn't believe how many people actually hoard beer. I mean, after you start collecting, it's more like you become a collector, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, you just can't help it. You just let it sit there and just like you don't touch it. And some of it is good for, and it's good, like you said. You had discussion before.
Yeah.
if it's things that age well, but others don't age well, just let it sit there, and there's no explanation for it.
Yeah, the problem is you'll go on a beer haul, right, and you'll buy some beers, and you have all the intentions on drinking them. Some of them will be higher ABV beers, some won't, but and then the next thing you know, like for me, okay, if I make a trip to Total Wine, let's say, and that's when I go to Total Wine, I'm not going to be buying macro stuff. I'm going to be buying pretty exclusive stuff, right? Pretty niche stuff. That's going to be for me, that's my kind of store. It's either Bevmo or Total Wine. So when I go there, I'll be buying pretty nice stuff. And then you go to the grocery store and you're at there all the time. And, if you can buy beer at your grocery stores, whatever your laws are in your area, I can. They will have certain craft beers there, but they also have beers like Diesel Punk, and typically I'll pick up a 12-pack, or you get that sort of thing, or a 6-pack, or you get that sort of thing where Sam Adams will have their variety pack or something like that, and you're like, okay, I'll break down, I'll buy that. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. So you're like, okay, I don't want to break into these exclusive beers that I've bought. I want to have those for a special occasion. Next thing you know, you end up drinking that 12-pack or that 6-pack you drank, and then you're like, well, you just end up in that cycle. And the next thing you know, those other beers get pushed to the back of the pantry or whatever the case may be, or the back of your fridge, and they just get,
Plus our problem is, we're the only one that drink in the household, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's nobody to share with. I mean, if I buy a 6-pack, 12-pack, I finished by myself, and it doesn't work. My thing, what kills me, the seasonal ones. I mean, the session ones, they don't do it for me. I mean, I don't bother. So whatever I have in the cellar is at least 8% and above. Average maybe 9%, on average. But it's the seasonal ones that I just love, and every year is like when they show up, it's like, wow, all right, I gotta get at least 2 6-packs, if not maybe a case for some of them, because they are one hitters, and I get excited and I buy. It's like, then I finish a 6-pack, and the rest is like, well, he sit there like this one has been almost like 9 months.
Yeah.
It's good quality, so it's still good, not like 100% good, like when I bought it fresh.
Yeah.
But same thing. I still have 2 of them, and let alone the stuff that and it's like, well, I can only drink as much, in a given day.
Yeah, I know. I was looking, and a friend of mine came over the other day, and so we were talking here, and so he was looking through my beer collection, and I still got Enjoy Buys from 2014. You know what I'm saying? And I just never got to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's 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 just comical. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing that works for me. For some reason, that's how they play on your psyche and how it works. The marketing or something. The Enjoy Buy ones, for some reason, they have the date right there.
It's on the bottle. I know. It's like, boom.
When I open the fridge, I see that date, and most of the time I go towards those to finish them. It's like, oh crap, I'm about, go out, expiration date is almost there, so I always go and pick one of those, and that works. I like their model because they release it like X number of times throughout the year,
right?
And I finish them before their due date, and everybody's happy, I guess.
I just my problem is, and with that one as well is, and it's weird too, because I don't get tired of stuff that easily, but with beer styles, I'll be like, you know what, I've already had 4 of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've already had 4 stouts.
Mm-hmm.
And my problem is I have such a variety. I'm like, I want an amber, or I want a pilsner, or you know what I'm saying? And that's my problem. In IPAs, you can just get they're all over the place. So I have an overabundance of them, especially, and so that's the way Enjoy Buy is for me. It may have a date right on it, But if I've already had 3 or 4, I'm like, oh, sweet God, I don't want another IPA. Or I may be grilling a steak, and I promise you, if I'm having a nice grilled freaking steak, nice and crispy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, ugh, I do not want an IPA. I promise you. If I have a steak, I'm more than likely going to want a good stout or a porter.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, that's good
And
pairing, you know, with the.
so if, that sort of thing happens, and then the next thing you know, for me, sometimes maybe the next day I'm having a sandwich and I'm like, oh, I'm having a good sandwich. I want a good pale ale. So I reach for this. I don't know. It just happens. And the next thing you know, I've got an Enjoy By or a couple of Enjoy Bys from 2014 sitting in the
You gotta try one of those, you know, on the show.
Oh, I absolutely will.
You know.
Right now we have our friend in the chat, and he's drinking a King Goblin, and I've never had that, so I am looking that up as we speak. And
British one?
Is it British?
British, yeah.
Oh, well then maybe, yeah. Maybe I have had it.
We do get British beer here.
Yeah, no, I've had that. I've had that. Okay, I just didn't recognize the name. Yeah, I've had it. And I'm actually looking on Rate Beer right now. It gets a 69 on there overall, which ain't very good. And I remember that beer being better than that. It's an English strong ale.
Yeah.
English beers are going to be a little more sessionable, I think. They're kind of more geared towards.
What's the ABV? Usually, when strong ales, they are 8.8.
This is 6.6.
I can read it. Okay.
Yeah, this is 6.6.
Because the American strong ales usually they hover around at least 8 and 9.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the true English beers are session beers. Really, they're not. They're geared towards drinking a lot and not necessarily, drinking one and getting hammered. Like.
Yeah.
They are. It seems like to me that's my impression of English beers and Irish beers, really.
Well, because they pound like 6-pack like nothing, man.
Oh, dude, for real, right?
So,
I mean, it's a different culture. So
at the same time, that gives you the time to go with the flow. But if they made them 10%, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Oh, here's our friend's review right here. This is real. Well, he's a good friend of
I like this guy.
Yeah, he's a friend of this show. Absolutely.
Hilarious.
Real Ale Craft Beer. This is one of his older reviews right here too.
You gotta watch one of his recent reviews about some Carolina ghost pepper, someone with the hot beer. It's hilarious. He literally turned red from
Yeah, I've absolutely had stuff from what is this, Witchwood brewery. Yeah, absolutely. 166 gets an 85 here, much better rating than it did on Rate Beer, 69.
Yeah, 81 in the style. So maybe some folks are just not into that style, which I can understand.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think what I remember it was a really good beer. So I've got no complaints at all. Yeah, he says it's beautiful. It's from the UK. 6.6.
Be enjoyed. Yeah, just
Yeah, to be enjoyed. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. I think I remember, and they have the other. What's their other big offering? They have another one, right? That's let's see. I thought they had their King Goblin. Is that the big one that they offered? I thought they had one that was really popular, really more popular than that. Actually, maybe it is the Goblin. Is it that one? Man, I need now I'm kind of wondering. Let me see. Witchwood.co.uk. Oof, they want you to put the date in here. Man, come on, bro. 1940, for Christ's sake. Is that old enough for you? Hobgoblin. Yes, that's right. Hobgoblin's their big one.
Isn't that the one that has Santa's butt beer?
I'm showing. Let me share the screen with you. I'm showing Hobgoblin, and then you've got Hobgoblin Gold, King Star, Gratis. I haven't had King Star or Gratis. King Goblin, yes. The Black Witch. They got this arrow over Imperial Red. Dr. Thirsty, Firecatcher. What is this? Arrow Wine. Goliath, Dryneck, Dirty Tackle, Pinhead. If I am I remembering things right? Was this brewery bought by somebody, or they bought somebody and then took over their beers as well? I think I remember. Now that I'm thinking about it enough, I think I remember some controversy about that. Not that it got bought or sold by a big brewery, but just overtaking beers that weren't necessarily theirs, and it might be some of these right here, these like Dirty Tackle, Pinhead. I think I remember some sort of thing like that happening with Ripsaw Rye, the Dogs Bullocks. Looks like that's it.
Okay, okay. Now the one that I was thinking of is another, UK brewing company. It's called Ridgeway Brewing.
Oh, Ridgeway. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one that has Santa's butt. and the bottle is just hilarious. The design, I mean, it's just
Look at this website. How freaking badass is this? Look at this. You can click on each tap right here. Man, this is. You can click on the jukebox.
It's got that kind of a Hobbit kind of, the Shire,
Yeah, they really work with that, right? I mean, wow, this is cool, man. I dig a website like this, man, where they kind of really, I like that you can click on the tabs. There's different things you can click on. That's cool, man.
We're just sponsoring a metal show, like metal festival.
That kind of makes me want to have Hobgoblin. I haven't had now they can it. I only had it in the bottle, so I'm gonna have to look for the can of Hobgoblin.
If they have it here.
Oh, I love that glass too. Look at that glass. Damn it! Now I gotta have that glass. Oh, that's pissing me off. Can I order that glass right from them? Shop. Let's see.
You do have it here. Okay, they have it in cans as well. It's pretty cheap.
Cans in your area.
4-pack for like $8.
Hey, yeah, no, it's not an expensive beer. It's not.
Yeah, even half a liter, half a little bottle for like $3.40 here. Sweet.
Maybe it's in the gifts. Let me see. There's a gift area here. I'm seriously looking up that glass. That pisses me off. Oh, they actually have a gobbler. Let's see. They have those. Ooh. There it is, dude.
7 pounds.
7 pounds. So that's got to be what, $10 or something? That's not too bad.
Yeah, but probably
UK and Europe delivery only. Bro, what's up? You'd have had a sale.
You gotta check eBay, maybe,
Yeah. Look at that. That's a cool freaking glass, too. Look at that glass. Isn't that cool? I like it. This must be kind of smoked, maybe, or maybe it's just that light they have going so you can see the etching.
Can you imagine if, how do you call it? In the dark, it glows in the dark.
That would be cool, huh? It's just doing the whole thing there, huh? That would be cool, man. I dig that, man.
Yeah, well, that's an idea.
Neri's at the kids' disco, man. He said greetings from here. Yeah, that's cool as hell, dude. I love that glass. Did you see that glass? Oh, I have a glass that's kind of smoky etched like that from, actually, you know what? It might surprise you. I think it was from Heineken. If I'm remembering right, I think it was from Heineken. As much trash as I talk about Heineken, I think I actually got that one from them. That's hilarious. I'm pretty sure one of the coolest kind of smoked extra glasses I have is from. I think it is, man. I'm trying. I can't see it from here. My cabinet's down the hall right there, but I'm trying to think, man. I think that's. Is that a Heineken glass? That would be too funny. Because I love to trash on Heineken. That would be funny if
I don't mind Heineken. I mean, by comparison to like Bud, I mean that's to me it's another level. I mean, I'll drink a Heineken all day long, but I'll never touch Bud or Core, Miller, all this crap.
oh.
I'm not saying I'm really gonna enjoy it, but at least I can tolerate it.
It's just way too. It's not horrible. It's not horrible. I'm not. Let me get that out there. It's not horrible. It's just the skunkiness of it isn't just. It's just an acquired taste. And the Heineken Light, for Christ's sake, oh yeah.
I never bothered.
Yeah.
Any beer that's got light in it, it's like move along,
You know what though? I honestly, of the light beers, I still say that I don't mind Sam Adams Light. I think that's not a bad beer. Sam Adams Light.
Yeah, never had it.
For all the light beers, you know what I'm saying? We actually in the early days of the share beer, that's what we used to do. We used to, okay, next week share beer, we're going to do light beers. Or next week share beer, we're going to do ambers. Next week share beer, we're going to do, we always had a theme. And then the problem is that it takes a lot of weeks, but then eventually you get to a point where you're at the end of that, right? You've already ran through every single style that can be run through. We even did malt liquor.
Oh, God. No.
I'll tell you the low. This is how low we got. We got to a point where we were out of styles, and we did malt liquor one week, and then the next week we did non-alcoholic beers. And so I actually, for that time, and I don't know how many people actually got in on that one, but I did. I actually did have several different non-alcoholic beers, and sampled all of them and came to a conclusion of what was the best non-alcoholic beer.
You know what you should have done is the Everclear.
No, yeah, I don't like Everclear. I don't mind spirits, but oof, dear God, Everclear.
Well, if you want to just die from alcohol poisoning.
Yeah, Everclear is just yeah, I just can't take it. But you know the beer that we absolutely. And I think we still did come to a conclusion on what was the better one, but the malt liquor one, I remember, even over the non-alcoholic, I think Mark would agree, because he was there for those shows, and I think Mark would agree that the malt liquor was the toughest, even over non-alcoholic. It was just awful. It was just it was painful. I think we came to a conclusion that of the malt liquors that we sampled, the Mickey's Big Mouth was the better of them all. Now, there's more malt liquors now than
malt liquor. I mean, what the ABV on them was? The high ABV ones? Or
I don't know that there's a low one. Is there? Is there one less than 7%?
Yeah, but you have 7% and you have a 9%. Which to me at that level, it makes a huge difference. Especially when it comes to the type of hangover,
Well, we weren't going for hangover. We were just going for pure taste.
Cheap malt liquor, gives you bad hangover. That's the problem with, I like high ABV stuff as long as it's good quality. If it's made off of some cheap ingredients like rice and I don't know what kind of crap, well, the next day you're gonna feel it. That's why I steer away from that kind of junk. To me, that's from my own experience,
Well, that was years ago. Maybe we could do another malt liquor show, because that was easily a good 7 years ago. Easily. I mean, it was a long time ago. So there
Right.
wasn't, nowadays, there's more of a selection. Now, in my personal opinion, they're not any better than they were then. There's just more of them that are at, with a pound of sugar added to them. Like there's just,
And your palate has changed throughout the years. That's the thing. So yeah,
it ain't gotten better from malt liquor. I can promise you that, because it's
well,
like,
and you're probably gonna find it even worse. That's the thing.
that's probably, that's
For
what
the
I'm
worse, not for the better.
I swore on a stack of Bibles we would never do another malt liquor show. But never is a strong word. I mean, there's actually never a never, right? Like there's, hey, if enough people want a malt liquor show, we'll do another one. We'll sample. I'm not willing to buy more than 3. I promise you.
Let's see what's the highest ABV malt liquor.
Oh, dear God.
Let's see.
Even entertaining this idea is painful. It's let's see.
Still Reserve 8.1.
Okay, yeah, Steel Reserve's a name I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
Malt liquor beer. Let's see. American malt liquor. Beer Advocate has the whole style. Then you have top rated American malt liquor by Beer Advocate.
Yeah. Still Reserve 211 high gravity. It gets an 83, from the Bros. I mean, it is what it is,
This is, oh God, it's the only time that I really, it's the only, I would rather have Budweiser, I promise you. It's the only time that I become like kind of a beer snob, I promise you. It's like, it's when it comes to malt liquor, I'm like, oh.
Wow, they have a Colt 45 Blast raspberry watermelon or lemonade, that comes at 12%. That's great.
Well, you see what I mean? I mean, just even going down the list here, there's hardly any of them less than 7%, right? You've got Slitch Red XL extra long malt liquor that's 5.9. Red Horse beer extra strong that's at 6.9. Crazy Stallions, man, I have never even heard of some of these, I swear. Oh, wait a minute, they've got lime mango Rita in here as a malt liquor. Come on, man, that's a premium adult beverage right there. Rita Nation will come out strong on you right there, man. Let's see, you got Steel Reserve. I think we've all heard of that.
Yeah, Steel Reserve is pretty common.
What is this? Pat Max Ice? No.
We have Ice House Edge here.
Not doing anything with ice in the label. I'll tell you right now. But like they have all the Ritas on here, all the strawberry Rita, cranberry Rita. I saw cherry Rita now. There's a cherry Rita. Rainier Ale. Is Rainier Ale a malt liquor? I know it's bad, but is it a malt liquor? Rainier Ale? Slitch Bowl Ice. Ouch, man. Ouch. 8.2.
Yeah, Yeah, you got a few of them that are actually, above even 10%.
Camel Black Extras at 12.2. Oh. Old English is 5.9. I thought Old E 800 was more than that. I thought it was higher than that, but it's 5.9. Stack High Gravity 12. Evil Eye is 10%. Pitbull is 10.2. Camel Black Ice. Oh, that just sounds horrible, man. Oh my God. Jaguar High Gravity Lager 10 is a 8.3. Yeah, Max Axe hit, dude. You're gonna be hammered. You do one of these shows. If you get through anything more than just a few sips, and you do a few beers, you're gonna be.
So here's the deal. We'll do a Still Reserve, 211. a 24-ounce can, you can get it for $1.29.
They are inexpensive, and that's
For a reason.
yeah,
So,
wow, right? Maybe that could be we could even make that a special edition weekend show, malt liquor.
the Jody show, the cheap edition.
The brown bag edition. Special share a beer brown bag edition. Yeah. Oh. I mean, this one's bad enough. This one, let me tell you, this Diesel Punk is bad enough. You know what I'm saying? This might as well be malt liquor, for Christ's sake. I mean, wow. That show would be up a lot of people's alley, though. I'll tell you right now. Yeah, actually, yeah. What Neri was drinking is kind of a malt liquor too. Really, that's kind of considered a malt beverage, isn't it?
Oh, did they have malt liquor there?
Well, I mean, but it's in over here. It would be in that family of beverages, the Kasasha.
Yeah, but it's probably still reserve would be considered like a delicacy, in like Holland or in Europe.
Yeah.
Like Bud, I mean, like Bud to them is like, okay, wow, it's something.
It's funny to hear even overseas their reaction to Budweiser, because a lot of them don't like it, but it's still just as popular over there as it is here. You know what I'm saying? People overwhelmingly buy 30 packs of Budweiser, and that's why it just continues to crush. And actually, they buy more Bud Light. I see more people buying 30s of Bud Light than the regular red can, but that's why, because one person buys a 30 pack. Think of how many times you'd have to buy craft beer to equal that 30 pack. I mean, it's just you're going to buy a 6-pack of craft beer before you'll buy it.
I mean, why? I don't believe in light beer. Let's put it that way. I just do not believe in light beer.
Oh, especially those because they're just so sweet. I mean,
that's what it is. It's like watered down, like when you drink wine. That's why not to just water it down and say, oh, that's light wine too. It's for a reason,
Well, in your area, Bud Light or Bud Light Platinum. You ever had Bud Light Platinum, for Christ's sake? That is like in your area, Sadiq. It would be like sweet tea, yellow colored sweet tea. It's like, it's almost like sweet lemonade in your area.
Sweet tea in it.
If you added a lemon to Bud Light Platinum, it might as well just be fizzy lemonade. Right? It's almost like
I don't see the point. I mean, instead of drinking 3 crappy, light beer, just drink one good one. That's move on with your life.
Yeah, well, it's I mean, for as much as I love a good steak and am willing to pay good money for a good steak at a good steakhouse, Denny's still sells 1 million of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's a lot of people that have a steak at Denny's, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still one of them. Chopped steak? Oh, sure. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is a hamburger, more highly priced. You know what I'm saying? But they'll sell it to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, chopped steak and eggs. Yeah, give me chopped steak and eggs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, comparing to going from, the macro to, to limited edition, I don't know, $10, 12-ounce bottle. I'm talking something in the middle, which to me it will be affordable for pretty much. If you could afford, a 30-pack Bud Light, you could afford, a 6-pack or, a 15, 6-pack or I don't know, 2 4-packs of something really good. It's pretty much.
I remember my neighbor would buy 30 packs of Natural Light. You know what I'm saying? That was his beer, man. Natural Light. I don't know. What is a 30-pack of Natural Light? What is it, like $10 or something? How do you compete with that? How much is that per beer? I mean, that's like Whew. I don't know. I swear to God, how much is a 30 pack of Natural Light? What is it, $13 or something? $15 probably. You know?
Well, a 30 pack is $20.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's a shocker.
yeah. At the same time, if you need, you're gonna be drinking 4 or 5 or even a 6 pack out of that to get a buzz. You can drink 1 or 2 of, I don't know, even one at like 10%, and you're pretty much done. Yeah.
He was funny too, because I remember now PETA might not like hearing this, but some people do that sort of thing. So he'd have a beer and pour some out for his dog, and so the dog would have a beer, and him and the dog would get hammered after a while. So every beer he had, he'd pour a little bit out for the dog, and the dog would lap it up. You know what I'm saying? And they would both get hammered. Before you know it, both of them out there passed out.
That dog must have been lightweight, man. Light. I would be raising my dog on eating Imperial Stouts, man. But actually, no, the dog would die. They can have chocolate, right?
Yeah, well, that's what they say. My little Min Pin used to, if I left chocolate out, she would sneak whatever you had to eat, right? And she would eat chocolate all the time.
Oh, really? I mean, I've heard, several stories that chocolate is really bad for dogs. Now, what kind of dog is going to breed? I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea either. I don't know. All I know is my little miniature Pinscher used to eat chocolate all the time. I mean, you could not leave anything out with that dog. She would eat it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the first couple times she did it, I was like, oh, she's dead, right? Because she's not supposed to eat that. And no, she didn't die. You know what I'm saying?
Tough stomach, man.
Damn it. No, but she ate chocolate all the time. I mean, she didn't.
Interesting. Okay. I guess not,
I don't know what, what I'm saying? I don't know what, maybe it's a certain amount. She wouldn't eat like a whole bunch, you know what I'm saying? Because there wouldn't be a whole bunch left out. But, yeah, if you happen to leave that out, oof, yeah, and turned your back, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you, we're having a chocolate bar or something, and you happen to leave out the rest on the coffee table or something. Maybe you're on the sofa having a chocolate bar, you left it on the coffee table, and you went to the restroom, you come back, that chocolate bar is gone. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Zach? There he is, man. He's on camera now.
He's still on a conference call.
Yeah, he's still.
I know that look.
this day over look.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to fall asleep, man. Stay awake.
Yeah, it's he's got that look like, man, I really want it to be beer 30. It's almost there. They won't let me go. Swear to God, they say I need to stay here for this. And it's like yeah.
Is the conference call going over, or just or not?
No, dude.
No, that's it.
No, I'm just trying to get shit done. It's like I'm supposed to be out of here, but people keep coming by. I'm like, hey, can you take a look at this?
Yeah.
You're like,
no,
I don't want to take a look at it.
Yeah, Sarah, take care of your own crap, okay, Sarah? Quit doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just that's what it is. Between Sarah and John, you're just like, you know what? Get out of my face, right? I'm out of here. I'm supposed to be drinking beer right now. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone.
I'm supposed to be drinking beer and figuring out why the hell my camera keeps going in and out.
I have an appointment to get a growler, and I'm late. Right? You're making me late for my growler, man. I have a growler appointment, and I'm late. And I don't like being late for getting my growler. I need a Snickers bar after that, right? Because I'm not good without my growler. You know what I'm saying?
That's why he did it last time, and he was like,
Herb Prophet's on there. He says his wife is a vet tech. Chocolate isn't very toxic to dogs. Dark chocolate, white chocolate, and baking chocolates.
Very little toxic.
Very little toxic. Yeah. Yeah. I was wondering because my dog would sneak chocolate all the freaking time, man, and she's a little dog. She was a little dog. You know what I'm saying? So if there's anyone gonna eat something and die immediately, it would be her. You know what I'm saying? But no, she just went. She was a barker, so you know what I'm saying.
Probably we get her even more hyper. I mean, shit, those little dogs, they're already hyper by nature.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Their little heartbeats like boop, 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 you know what I'm saying. So if there's anything that's gonna be kind of affected faster than a big dog would be, even the smallest amount of chocolate, you would think, right? Because I remember like I said, the first couple times she did it, you hear that rumor, and I'm like, oh, she's dead. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, the neighbors will be happy because I liked her, but she was a barker. You know what I'm saying? And who likes to live next to a dog that barks like crazy? And so she. She'd run in and out of that doggy door. She would hear stuff coming. You never even. Her favorite little thing was to stand by that gate of that darn backyard and just.
Where is she now?
I don't know.
You lost her.
I swear to God, one day I was at, it was in the middle of divorce, so I came home from work. I'd be gone a lot. And she was just gone. And I have a feeling that, that's a whole story. But I have a feeling the ex took her and was trying to make it like, I lost the dog. But I'm like, I worked 12 hours. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, but so, I don't really know for sure. But I have a feeling like they just got her and then made it like I had lost her. But I didn't, she just was gone. I went to work, came back, and she was gone. So. That's how that went. It's even now because I always had that habit of I was that guy. If I got a cheeseburger, I bought her one too, and so I still have that like little bit of a thing. Like when I hear the doorbell, even to this day, I hear the doorbell, and I just naturally expect her to just. You know what I'm saying? Because they're freaking doorbells, man. And she would scare the hell out of me every time, man. You know what I'm saying? The doorbell rang. Doorbell would scare me, and then her.
It sounds like you have PTSD, man.
I do. I need to talk to somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of trauma from all this stuff, man. It affects me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh. All the stress.
Earlier, we're looking. You were hearing noises, looking around. It's like, oh.
I do, man. I need, some sort of happy pill or something. Hey, we got Herb Prophet in the room, man. Yeah, it's it's a shock to your system. All this stuff, all this trauma, right? Oh my God, yeah. But yeah, so his wife is a vet, and chocolate isn't very. I would imagine that probably a lot of chocolate for a dog probably isn't the best thing, right? You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a lot of chocolate for my fat ass isn't really the best thing either. You know what I'm saying?
Or it could be that some of them are more allergic to chocolate, like human beings to like peanut allergies. Some of them more.
Man, peanut allergies are serious stuff too, isn't it?
I mean, lately, like the past decade, it's ridiculous. I never heard of peanut allergy when I grew up, ever.
Oh no, I did.
No, never.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, you didn't?
I know it's the same age, more or less.
Yeah.
Never heard of someone with a peanut allergy. Now, pretty much not my generation, but like the following generations now. And my generation's kids or something, it's like, oh, my daughter, my son, they have peanut allergy. This peanut allergy is like, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never heard of it before.
I think it's because there's so many things. Hey, there's Neri again. What's up, brother?
I'm back.
He's back. Hey, you can't keep you down, man. That's right.
Back west. Are you in school's bathroom or something?
He's the Terminator, man.
No, no, I'm back in the house now, but the only problem is there's no more beer.
Oh
man,
dude.
I forgot to do the groceries.
See, he had the same problem I had last night.
Man.
I stopped at the grocery store to make sure that not only I had food in the house, but I had beer. Now, I don't have a lack of beer in the house, but I wanted different beer.
This is terrible.
Oh, that's just awful. Hey, we got Tony. What's up? Hey, Tony, how you doing? How you doing? Yes. If you scroll up in the chat, there should be a link to get in the show. If not, I can always put another one in there. Just let me know, my friend.
Well, maybe Zach. Hey, don't you have that liquor of yours, that you keep in the fridge? No, he's not listening.
Yeah, he just probably can't talk. But yeah, I know, and Neri has shots of something.
Yeah, the stuff that I believe his wife was drinking that
Yeah.
keep in the fridge, chilled. What was it called?
I have all these kinds of liquor or wine and all this. We got everything here: whiskey, wine.
Just no beer.
No beer. No.
Yeah.
Oh, this is terrible, man.
It is terrible. It's a terrible thing. I feel for you, my friend.
Just go for the house stuff.
I'm walking around now searching and no.
This is no good. This is no good.
No good. No.
Hey, we got our other friend in the show there, man. Tony, man, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm not doing too bad.
Are you drinking anything right now, or are you still kind of on the clock?
No, I'm gonna drink that.
Oh, right on. What do you got there? What is that?
Oh man.
Lager beer Hill.
That's
Right?
Augustina Braumünchen Helles Lager. It's probably the best Helles Lager I've had.
Is that German?
Is that
That's just a little bit German.
Okay.
German is good.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, German is good. Absolutely.
So this is probably the best of the Helles lagers.
I'm gonna try to look that one up, man. The Helles Lager. I don't know.
I'm gonna keep searching.
Yeah, keep searching, man. That's a hell of a problem.
I'm sure this one you should be able to get. This pretty much, if I can get it, I would have thought you guys could get it.
Oh man.
Helles Lager. Let me see.
Augustina Braumünchen.
Okay.
München.
Yeah, it's a Munich beer.
Munich.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Every year we have 4 cards for the Oktoberfest in Munich.
Yeah.
And so, if one of you guys want to come over, you can go there with these cards.
Oh, really?
You can spend. I think you can spend 1.5 or 2 hours in these tents, and then you have to get out.
Yeah, but you probably couldn't stay in there much longer. I've been, and 2 hours in a tent is enough.
Yes, it is.
Actually, now that you mention it, and I remember going in those tents, and I don't remember how long in the hell I stayed in there. And it probably wasn't that long either. I don't know. I don't remember a time limit though. When I lived in Germany, I don't remember like a time limit going in the tent.
I think it varies where you are.
Oh, okay.
And whose tent it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in Nuremberg, and then when I was in Augsburg, I remember, and then of course from Nuremberg, especially, we would travel to different fests, and I just remember getting very hammered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And singing lots of German songs that I have no idea what the words were, and it was just the best time ever.
I found something.
Oh, what do you got?
Yes, I found something that you already have seen a couple of times ago. Can you see them?
What is that?
We see some paperwork.
Yeah, I see some paperwork.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, there you go.
What's left of it? That's the thing. So
yeah.
No, it's full. It's full.
Oh, perfect.
It's the Belgian box.
Yeah, that is a
Yes.
Belgian.
Oh man.
That is good. That is good.
Oh,
Yes.
he found like a treasure there, man.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's a nice little gift pack. That box. I've had that box. That's a nice box.
Yeah, it
And
is.
it's cold.
Plus,
Oh, and it's cold too. Well, because it's freezing over there. That's
freezing,
why.
Yes.
That that is the perk to living in a cold environment, because you can literally just put it in the backyard. Swear to God, like the whole world's your refrigerator right now, right?
I got a few just outside my back door.
Yeah, it's like the whole world is your
Better than a fridge.
yeah. It's just way better than a fridge. It's very green, right? You're environmentally friendly right now, is what you're doing.
Apparently.
Here's the Augustiner brow, right?
Yeah.
And we've got their beers. I got a feeling like this is going to make me just want to be there. Oh my God. I love that freaking glass as always. Look at this. This is insane. Love that.
Oh, man.
I mean, it pours like nice little white head. That'll stick around forever.
Yep.
Good carbonation in there.
Look at this. You got to love this. I love how they list the ingredients. Water, barley malt, and hops. Duh.
Yeah, they just use Hallertauer hops in that one. It's just simple. It's not rocket science, really, when you make beer.
You're so right. I mean, now their description is going to be spot on, right? Now you tell me how a particularly mild, sparkling, long-stored beer, refreshing and easily digestible at the same time, unique in its state, a benefit for each beer connoisseur. I just picture this just the most refreshing, just kind of after work beer, right? Just an easy kind of Pilsner, really, kind of to get down, right? Kind of a lager,
Yeah.
nice.
It's not overly bitter. It's just a really tasty beer.
Yeah, and see, yeah, that's just
a light little 5.2%.
yeah, yep. Damn.
3, 4, 5, 6 to 0. You're all happy.
Yep, I'm not happy actually, Tony. I'm very jealous right now because I know that is exactly what I need in my life right now. You know what I'm saying? So
they must be able to import that in where you are.
I am sure. And I'm loving that glass too. God, I have glass envy right now. I have beer envy. Just there's a lot of things. We had our other friend that was in the chat, and he told us what he was drinking. And now I need another hobgoblin glass, for Christ's sake. Like, this is ridiculous already.
See, there's a La Trappe glass there on the table.
Yeah, look at that. A gobbler, for Christ's sake.
Yes. That's just a beautiful little glass.
Look at that.
He needs to put the beer in it now, though.
Did that come in the case? Was that in the pack?
No.
No, I had it a couple of years ago from a friend of mine.
Okay.
And I have some other glasses too, but this one is I think this beer, I'm not sure. I think this glass will fit this beer.
Yeah, that's a strong beer.
Yeah, that's like 10% or something.
Yeah, that's a tenner, I think.
Yeah.
Between 8 and 10, that one. Yeah. Yeah, 10.5, nice.
Yeah.
There's something else in the box. Bornum. You have heard of it, Bornum?
Yeah. It's a double. Yeah.
Yeah, double. Yeah.
I've had that. That's a nice beer.
Yep. Look at that. Oh, nice. Yes. Look at that. Good till next year. What is that? September 19th of 2018. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll. You could add another year. You could add another year on top of that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah, that is not going wrong.
10.52 Pirate.
Yeah, that's a good beer.
I think I take this Pirate.
Yep, the Pirate. Okay.
Nice. Let's try it and see what it does.
See what it does. Yeah.
Oh man, these disco kids.
Yep. Are they having a good time over there?
Yes, a little bit too good.
Now, see, I had nothing but girls, man, so I always worried about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we have 2 girls and 1 boy.
And it's the boy
Yeah.
at the disco, right?
Yeah, the boy's at the disco now, and his mother is gonna pick him up, so they, so I can have my drink at last.
Drink on.
Yeah.
I had two boys, 1 girl. Girl gave me the grey hair.
Oh, the girl with the great hair.
No doubt about that.
No doubt. If there was any questions,
Joe
I'm
lost his
just.
hair, man. Joe lost his hair altogether.
Hey, look at this! Look what happened here!
Yeah,
Please.
see, you know Joe's had girls.
Yeah. And the little bit that I do have left is getting all gray. Yeah. So there's no question at all here, man. Absolutely not.
It's just worry.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
man.
look at that. 1,000 reviews on Beer Advocate for that beer he's about to sample right now, and it gets a 90. That's an outstanding score. The Bros give it a 94.
I got the other one, Joe. The white one, the golden dragon.
Golden Drac.
Yeah, that one looked like it would be pretty good.
I have it in the bottle now.
That one's spelled with a U, right? Golden.
Yeah. Golden. Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
That's a nice beer.
I have it here now. I'm gonna try it.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at that.
Well, the color is pretty dark. It looks more like
Yeah, that's
looks more like a quad than actually,
it's a bit light for a quad.
Yeah, it's a little bit less dark than on the camera, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe just the
It's
light.
got that ruby red to it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
nice.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a really good beer.
Okay.
It has that
you
kind
guys.
of cognac look to it, no? Kind of a fizzy cognac.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a little blurry, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there'll be secondary fermentation in there as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I bet
No.
it is.
No, that was good.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Good.
He had to look like that kind of. Finally, he's sitting now. He's not moving around.
Yeah,
He was like going crazy. He's like on a treasure hunt. Like,
yeah. No, when you're having a beer like
now
that,
he's like content.
beers like that force you to settle down, right? You know you're dealing with something serious. For us, that's an 11.2 ounce bottle for us, right? The taste, right? According to their website, the taste, a balance of natural malt toffee, like sweetness with a mellow happiness and some hoppy accents. The aroma is round, sweet, and reveals the 10.5% ABV. The style is a triple. So
Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's pretty dark for a triple in style.
are you getting? You should be getting like a lot of maltiness, that kind of real toffee sweetness, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
definitely
does.
sweet.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, that's kind of what you should be getting. It's a dark brown triple ale, which makes which makes it an exception among the Belgian triples. So
Yeah. It's a kind of dark. It's a super nice beer.
yeah, it should be well balanced, and that's an absolutely incredible beer. I think we get.
I'm
If
not
I
sure
remember
that'd
right,
be my first beer.
was that your first one?
It wouldn't be my first beer of the evening as a rule.
Oh, really? Why is that?
It's a big beer to start off with.
Oh, okay. But for the
I mean-
evening, I mean,
I'm not sure I'd drink 6 or 7 before I'd be sleeping.
no. That's to me. That's a well. It's what is it? 7:30, 8 o'clock ish in your area, Neri. It's
8 o'clock now.
8 o'clock. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's 8 here.
that's a you're nearing bedtime type beer.
Yeah, he's
after.
gonna. It's a sipper.
Yeah, it's a sipper. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good after dinner beer. So you might have had a brown or a pilsner or anything else leading up to that, and that's your nightcap. That's the
Of course, it's not for a Belgian. It's not the biggest beer in the world either. So
well, no, not for a Belgian, but
you don't get much. You're starting at 8% anyway. So
Yes.
yeah. Now see Belgian beers are the equivalent of Colorado beers, as our dear friend Zach likes to say, and so that would be a Belgian session. That's kind of a Belgian session beer, and in Colorado, that's a Colorado session beer as well. That's that's but very enjoyable. I love that you're having that in a nice big gobbler, right?
yeah, it just looks right.
Yeah, that's a
That's
fancier
great.
one too. I like the way it goes into the stem as well, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's a nice.
Oh, it doesn't go in, but the stem's just clear. Okay.
Yes.
It's got that gold
Unfortunately,
rim on the top there as well.
Yeah.
That's
I had this nice Corson glass, but I broke it.
Oh.
I broke it. Yes. Oh man. Okay.
Yeah. Now I don't know. There's quite a few people that watch that have beer glass collections like I do as well. I have a small wine and champagne glass collection, and then a kind of a medium coffee mug collection. But the beer glasses by far are, I have cabinets of beer glasses.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a glass snob myself. I get terrible with glasses.
Yeah, it's just if I'm at a bar or a brewery and I like the glass I'm drinking out of, more than likely I'm gonna buy it. I'll tell them, hey, how much for this glass? And generally it's $5. That's
Let me take a look.
I give them $5 for the glass. This happens to be a glass that I drank out of at a bar. They served me a black and tan in this glass, and I kept it. I told them I'm buying the glass too. Okay, so.
You know this one, Joe?
Oh yeah, Polliner. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a Weissen
nice,
glass, right? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what sucks is that pretty much all, well, not all of them, I guess, but a huge mixture of the Weissen beers that I had when I lived in Germany, I kept, and I don't have a single one to this day, and it sucks. Because I had some really nice ones from over there, really rare brewery. Because a lot of towns over there have their own little brewery, and I had so many different Weissen glasses that I actually had, Coke Weissen or Sprite Weissen or something mixed. And
Oh yes.
God, they were just beautiful glasses, and I don't have a single one to this day.
I could send you some, but I don't know if it's.
No. There's no need to do that. I can get more, but it's one of these days, like I say, I'm gonna go across the pond, and then I'll be touring around looking for different glasses and different beers and different whiskeys, and yeah. I might just crash out in different little subways and train stations. Going from beer to it's just so much fun. You know, over there especially, like it just feels more fun because you can hop on a train somewhere. There's a lot of transportation, and you can just really have a good time. I think
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
that you don't no need to worry about driving as much as it is over here. You absolutely have to drive over here. There's no way around it. Oh, look at you! Look at this. What has he got there?
This is like
Ah.
a Hogarden bucket.
Look at that
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It goes on forever.
Oh yes, I know them. Yes.
God, that thing. Is that? How big is that?
Well, I think it's probably a liter. So the
Shit.
thing is huge, and it's like a bucket. And they serve that just as a straight kind of
Yeah.
Hogarden. There's a smaller one, and then there's that one. But
I have one actual fest mug, or maybe I have two, but they're both plain. You know how they have just the regular glass fest mugs, and
Yeah.
I used to have some fest mugs that had, you know, the emblem of the city that I was in, from that brewery or whatever. And now I might have two, but they're both clean, you know, just clear, regular glass fest mugs that you put your whole hand in the handle and cheers.
Yeah, that's proper.
Those were the days, man. It was 5 marks for the mug and the beer. You know what I'm saying? It was, oh, those were the days, man. God, it was so much. If you've never actually been to a fest in Germany, dear God, that needs to be on the bucket list. That was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that everybody should do that. You should get to Belgium. If you're a beer person, you've got to get to Belgium, you've got to get to Germany.
Yeah.
For sure.
mm-hmm. Now what's the deal with the are you hearing much about the Italian craft beer scene? I've heard some buzz about
that's starting to grow.
uh-huh.
But we don't get a lot of their beers yet over in the UK. I can go online and get some, but it is a growing scene.
Yeah, because I'm hearing a lot of buzz. There is a cat that did some shows, kind of touring himself around Italy, and going to different craft breweries over there, and just the beer looked phenomenal, you know. And the way he described it. Now, I think that's the huge difference between where you're at and with Neri in Holland and you in the UK. Now, if you really wanted beer, you could go to the brewery's website and have it delivered, or no?
Some places will do
Some,
that.
okay. Yeah, that's the huge difference. We can't necessarily here in the States just order direct from the brewery.
Yeah, there are breweries that will do that. It's normally the smaller breweries that will do that.
Okay. So a smaller, more local brewery would.
Yeah, they'd more likely ship.
Okay, and do you still
the
have?
Conglomerates wouldn't, but then you don't. You know, it's not hard to get their beer anyway, so it wouldn't really be a problem.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I was curious. Those are certain things that I kind of remember. I remember a lot of, but I think Neri kind of cleared that up last time. I think you do have cases of beer now. When I was in Germany, of course, this is a long time ago, but they pretty much just had racks of beer. Like you got 20 beers in a rack, you know, like a plastic rack of beer. It was great, you know.
They still have it.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The other thing I like, especially with German beer, is you get money back on the bottle when you take it back. That stopped in the UK a long time ago, but now once it's empty, you take it back and they'll give you like a few pence back on the bottle, which is nice.
It's the same here. We have that also with some kind of bottles, not, but some do, and you get a 10 euro cents or something like that.
You're in Holland, are you?
Don't we
Yeah.
have that in California, Joe?
Yeah, there's a list of states where if you take the bottles back, you get money back. And though even those states that you can do that within, they have different amounts. And but you also get charged a bottle deposit right away. So
Oh yeah.
it's I equate it to like having a core charge when you if you're dealing with your automobile. And you over here, if you buy a battery for your automobile, they're going to charge you a core charge till you bring that battery back, and then you bring it back and you get that core charge back. Same thing with your alternator and all that sort of thing. They have a core charge, and it's in those states that do the bottle deposit. You in this state, you darn sure don't. So there's no incentive at all. But a lot of people, do recycle with their garbage from their house. They have the separate container, and then they'll put their glass in there. And the city charges you, and then the city makes money off of it. So, I let them sort it out for themselves. I'm kind of like, hey, you're not giving me any benefit. You're just charging me, and then you know what I'm saying? You make all the money. So screw you. You can separate it. Yeah, that's my thinking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, if you're making money, you shouldn't charge me. You know what I'm saying? Why are you charging me?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you got there? What do you got, Tony?
So that's the Quack glass.
Oh, that looks like one of those glasses.
Yes.
That looks like one of those party glasses, my friend. Like you got a margarita in that glass. That was a margarita.
They serve. This is a small one. They do a larger one.
Of course.
In Belgium, and it's like this is how they serve it, and it comes in this stand.
Yeah. I've had it for 1 week ago. I've had it in the pub here in Holland.
Yeah, and it's a cracking little beer.
Yeah.
What kind of beer do they serve in that then?
They serve this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Little 8.4.
Oh,
K. What is that? KWAK? What is that?
Yeah, it's called Quack.
Quack.
Yeah. KWAK, Quack. Like a duck.
Like a duck, yeah. I thought you were saying it's a cracking little beer, like it was an actual good little beer, but you actually were saying
it
the
is
beer.
as well. It is a really good little beer.
Okay.
they have it on Beer Advocate. It's there.
Yeah, I was looking at. I'm just now checking that out. Yeah, it's pretty. Wow.
Even
Uh-oh.
Oh, the Quack glass. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Oh yes.
On my end, he froze. Oh, there he goes. There he's back. Yeah, there it is.
yeah, there it is.
704. It gets to 85, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Belgian strong ale.
Yeah.
Belgian strong pale ale at that. So it's at 8.4%.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you pronounce the brewery? Brewerage?
I'm not even gonna try.
Brewerage?
That's beyond me right there. Look at that. That's just. I'm better off just calling it Quack. How many of those Quacks out there? Come on, please. There can't be that.
No,
many.
it's the only one. I mean, it is the only one, and it's Quack, and
Yeah.
Quack.
but it's Pavel Quack.
Pavel Quack.
Yeah.
Quack.
Yeah, I'm better at the Pavel there, right? Yeah.
And but the problem is when you drink it, you get to a certain point where you're tipping,
and it's
you get
rushing
this-
at you, right?
you get the rush. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to have your wits about you, or you get it in the face.
Yeah.
Now, see, and that's what I was getting at. Like, that's a party glass because, like, over here, you're gonna get that place. There's a place called Margaritaville, and you're gonna get that glass. They call it the Yard, And there's another bar over here called the Yard Stick. You're going to get that glass at a place called the Yard. And you may get it full of beer, but the intention is for you to get hammered. And that's what, because they know you're going to mess up drinking out of that glass.
In England, we do the Yard of Ale, where you get a Yard glass and you do that. But this is designed because it was way back when, they say, is that it used to sit when the coachman would be in the coach doing his run, like a stagecoach or whatever, sure. And then they'd get to the inn and they would bring out a beer and he would stick that beer in like a holder on the stage. So the shape worked for just to sit in.
And it would shake out of the glass. Yeah. It would stay.
And then he would just drink it and then that would be done. But that apparently is a historical, like a stirrup kind of cup, I guess.
Yeah. So because what after your first few sips, I would imagine it's already well down the glass. So if you're going down a shaky coach, that just the shape of it's not allowing it to spill out of the glass either. So it's going to fit, and then probably stays in the glass well, I imagine. So probably I could see that. I guess I could see that. Yeah. It's very interesting, the history of things, right? The actual, the real intention of it is interesting, right?
Hey, Joe, that cup would be a good match for your truck.
Yeah, no. I don't even entertain.
You don't joke about it, man.
I don't even. Some of the old timers, when I first started driving, some of those old timers, the guys that were schooling me, showing, telling me the tricks of the trade and all that, they would tell stories about, drinking and driving was okay then, and they would tell stories. Having your double shot of whiskey right there, and it was, they would tell all these crazy stories, but to me they're just fishing stories, really. You know what I'm saying? It's we have that. The same thing as fishing stories. You got to watch out for truckers, because trucker stories are well known. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's one of those famous trucker stories. You get old timers talking about it and forget it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, oof. Yeah, more trucker stories. So you don't know how real they are, but they're good stories, fun to listen to. They're Mother Goose. No different than that. Hey, well, thank you guys for jumping in, man. We'll end this one right where it's at. It's an extended Friday share a beer. But
I wasn't sure you were going to be on tonight.
Yeah, it was. Well, luckily for you, we stayed on longer, so that helped you out quite a bit.
Your last day on vacation? No time off? That's it?
Oh no, I've got for the Friday show, I've got one more. So, but the Friday show will keep going. It's not, it's just a matter of it'll stay strict in its 1 hour.
What time do you do the other show, Joe?
The Tuesday show is from 7 to 8 Eastern, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. 7 Eastern, yeah. So it's
what's that for me?
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah. Generally, it's.
Oh, I might be able to make that this week.
Yeah, that's the Tuesday show, and then there's, weekend shows randomly. So that, if I get time, then I'll pop in or something. You know what I'm saying? Or and do some kind of random show during the week, during the weekend. But yeah, right now I'm on holiday, as you would call it, and so I'm off until the 30th. So
okay.
All right.
It's been a nice 2.5 weeks that we'll be off. Yeah, so don't complain about that at all.
That's good.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys, man, for tuning in. I really appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing all your beers and all the glasses and all the trucker talk and everything that everyone endured. The Darkness or Prophet, man, there was a ton of people in the chat today, so I really appreciate everyone that jumped in there as well. We'll see you guys, man. Peace out.
Okay, peace out, man.
Yeah.